It was midnight, August 15th, 1947. Fireworks lit the sky, but the ground ran red. One nation celebrated independence, the other mourned a division soaked in blood. What really happened when India was split in two? And who truly drew the line that scarred millions forever? August 1947. Midnight struck, and the British Empire relinquished its crown jewel. India was declared independent. But the freedom was bifurcated, a twin birth with one child named Pakistan. Celebration quickly turned into carnage. The land was carved by an invisible scalpel, the Radcliffe Line, hastily drawn by a British lawyer who had never set foot in India before. Within mere weeks, maps were redrawn, flags replaced, and the hearts of millions shattered. The subcontinent, a mosaic of cultures, religions, and histories, was abruptly cleaved. A once unified land descended into hysteria. Neighbors became adversaries. Streets that once echoed with laughter now rang with cries of anguish. Behind the scenes, political titans clashed. Gandhi yearned for unity. Jinnah demanded sovereignty. Nehru, caught between idealism and realpolitik, walked a fragile tightrope. And while these giants debated the fate of a billion souls, colonial architects finalized their exit, leaving behind a ticking time bomb. But was partition inevitable? Or was it orchestrated, a sinister finale to a century of divide and rule? The aftermath was biblical in scale. Over 15 million people fled across freshly inked borders, Hindus and Sikhs moving east, Muslims moving west. It became the largest human migration in recorded history, but this was no orderly passage. These were not travelers, and they were refugees, running from fire, blade, and betrayal. Entire trains vanished, later discovered filled with corpses. Caravans were ambushed, families torn apart, women abducted, assaulted, or forced to vanish to preserve honor. The Radcliffe Line had not just divided land, it had amputated lives. Villages were split mid-river, rivers ran crimson, and amidst it all, silence from the global stage, as if a quarter of the world's population suffering wasn't worth the ink of intervention. In the years that followed, India and Pakistan embarked on divergent paths. Democracies shadowed by trauma, conflict, and suspicion. The scars of partition remain etched in the psyche of both nations, still shaping politics, identities, and borders. But history often forgets the lived experiences, the screams, the betrayals, the unresolved grief. So we must ask, was this the price of freedom? Or the cost of imperial negligence? And more importantly, could it have been avoided? What do you think? Was partition truly unavoidable, or was it a failure of leadership and humanity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing to GeoMystery Files, where we don't just tell history, we uncover the mysteries behind it.